Hey, I just want to give you a brief description. Those objects there are where the electrically neutral mass is connected to the mass or space inside of the atom. So you can think of electrically neutral mass and space as the same thing. You can think of them as the distance between objects, because if there was nothing between objects, they would be on top of each other. There has to be something between planets, between atoms. I mean, there has to be something there. It has to be something that doesn't interact with light, and it has to be something that doesn't interact with matter. And the only thing that that could be is electrically neutral mass. We have so many things we've labeled as electrically neutral, and that's why it doesn't interact with light and matter. These are those same objects. They should be centered, but I didn't have the orientation of my camera the correct way. This is an ionized atom. That is a dome of charged particles that form over the face of the atom. It has one of these on the top and one of these on the bottom. Sometimes you don't see the one on the top. Sometimes it's not there when they're not ionized, when there's not an excess amount of energy. That dark spot in the center isn't where light's being absorbed or being reflected or projected or emitted or any of these things. That's where there's an absence of anything. There's no charged particles in that spot, so that's why it looks like that. It's not negative and absorbing the light, but it's not positive and emitting the light either. That is space. When we say atoms are mostly empty space, we're talking about electrically neutral mass. That's the only possible thing that it could be. Because as I said, there has to be something between objects. If there was nothing between objects, they'd be on top of each other. We just don't know that there's anything there because we can't interact with it until it's been compressed. Once it's been compressed into energy, then it looks just like these. So, yeah, ionized atoms, electrically neutral space, mass, energy equals mass squared. Mass is just electrically neutral. That's why we don't know it's there. It's also important to note that the only thing that can actually contain electrically neutral mass is energy. But it can't hold it and block it off from the rest of the mass.